Hello, how are you all? My name is Natasha. Welcome to my channel. This is episode 52 and it's being recorded on Sunday evening, ready for Monday morning, 23rd of September 2024. How are you all? I hope you have had a lovely weekend. I have had a really good weekend, crafty wise. I haven't got lots to show you, but you'll see the reason why soon. Anyway, first of all, I'm going to give you an update on the school elephant. I'm looking down because I've written some notes, that's all, because I'm notorious for forgetting things. And the update on the school elephant is that I didn't exactly find the exact yarn, but I found one that was almost exactly the same, and I actually only found it on yesterday, in fact, which was Saturday, and I didn't think about it at all. I'd spoken to Sally from Nanny Moon's Crochet, hi Sally, about the Yarnspirations before, but never thought about the fact that it would be extremely similar. And I also didn't think that they did the colour in the Aran. I just assumed it was only DK because in the Aran there isn't very many colours. So I don't know why it didn't dawn on me to look sooner. But on Saturday we went round to the yarn shops that are local to me, 5 or 6 miles away, and they couldn't help me. They didn't have anything near the colours. And then I went over to Hobbycraft and they didn't have anything either, and it was just really frustrating. And I did actually think for a couple of hours that I would have to restart it all over again. And of course, what a tragedy that would have been, considering I've spent so many hours on it already. I don't really want to have to redo all of this all over again. So of course, when I suddenly thought about it, I was absolutely thrilled, and I was talking to Sally about it, and she said, and I was showing her. Now obviously in a photo on Vinted and places like that where I was actually looking for similar colours, they're never the same on photos or on videos, are they? But of course, as you all know, I chat very regularly to Sally on WhatsApp video call, and we crochet together and all that, and you know, we just talk about yarny things and family life and everything. And of course then, so we were thinking about it, and I was showing her, and she said, actually, you can't really tell a difference. Obviously they are going to be different, and I am expecting it not to be exactly the same. But I have the DK version here, and I've put the DK version on the top of it, which obviously you can see because of it being a lot thinner. But the yarn is pretty much there. You can't really see a difference. And so I am going to, I have ordered 2 more balls of Aran to make sure that I've got plenty, because of course I only have the head, ears and the trunk left, and although I will be incorporating oopsie, although I will be incorporating this in it as well, so that I am not wasting it. Of course, I want to have something that isn't going to look too out of place, so I am hoping to do the trunk and the front of the face with this, and maybe well, I don't know how it's going to pan out, but I'm at least hoping to do the ears in the new one. And although there is a very big difference when it looks like that, just in this light, they are very, very similar. I am very, very pleased. So I ordered 2 balls of the Yarnsmiths Create, and the colour is actually brown bear. So I'm really, really chuffed to not have to redo it all over again. And so it's going to be a case of watch this space so that I can get the head done as soon as I can, and then be able to take it to school. So that is the update on the elephant. So I have not done anything more because obviously of waiting until the weekend to see if I could find a substitute. And so now all I need to do is wait for the yarn to come, and then I can get started. Now let me just roll this up whilst I'm chatting to you. The other things that I have been doing this week are my 3D squares, which I'll show you in a moment. I have completed the donut for Sally's crochet donut cal, and I've also been concentrating and focusing my time this weekend on Baloo. So now I'm going to show you the progress that I've made on Baloo, which I have been doing He can't even fit on the camera, look. Excuse the stuffing out the top. But there he is. Look how monstrous and how wonderful he is. I'm so excited. This is absolutely wonderful pattern to follow. It is a paid for pattern from Etsy, which I will put in the description box down below. And the yarn I am using is an Audi yarn. Again, I got this from Vinted, but I made sure that I had enough yarnage. And it was 400 grams in individual balls, because it was 100 grams in each ball, and the meterage was 100 meters on each ball of 100 grams. And let me just put him down a moment. And that is what I'm using. And from what I can gather, there are lots of this on Vinted if you would like to give this a go. But this is a chunky, and it's Kirkton House, and the colourway is grey merle, and the colour number is 0071. And it's very chunky and it's quite splitty, but I'm managing. It hurts my hands, but that is because I'm using a 4mm hook, and it's recommended for a 7 or an 8mm hook. But of course, because it's amigurumi, you know, we have to go a little bit smaller. But it's an absolutely lovely colour, and a lovely pattern to work with. The fluffy stuff that I'm using, which I don't know what I've just done with it because I've just moved it. Ah yes, back into my basket again. The grey fluffy stuff I'm using is a Peter Pan Precious, and I bought that from Hobbycraft. But this is how far I've got. Last night when I went to bed, I had just joined the legs and just pretty much started the body, not really done a lot, so I was kind of up to here, and it's taken me literally 9 hours today to do it all and join the arms. I love this pattern because of the fact it is crocheted in as you go, and it's just really lovely. It's really easy to follow, and I'm going to give it a cracking review when I finish, because it really is so easy. The instructions are a bit kind of weird, and I'm assuming that's because it was a foreign speaker translating it, because it was just very straight to the point, and just a few words, but you knew exactly what was what. And I just can't wait to get on with it. But I had to stop to do this video, because otherwise it wouldn't have been up ready for the morning. So I just, honestly, I'm really excited about this one, and I can't wait. But this one needed to be finished by the end of the month, ready for the Crochet Through the Decades Cal that Litsa's running on her channel, which is Coco's Crochet. And I'm very excited, like I say, about doing this one. I always wanted to do Baloo, and the Cal has just given me the right excuse or reason to do it. So this is what I've spent most of my weekend on, and like I say, it really is lovely, and it's used an awful lot of stuffing, but never mind. Oh, and also to keep it weighted down, I have put some Scentsy Pack wax bead packets in the feet, so he also smells very nice too, but I just thought it would be a nice way to use it. And I was going to do lentils or something like that, but I was worried that they would get damp. But these are breathable pouches, and so it's all lovely and fine, and I don't need to worry about it. So there he is, and it'll be finished by next week, so I will show you. And then next I can show you the hippo, which is just down in my basket. I would put it at the end of the bench, but I've got the yarn for Baloo all stacked up on there, so that the wheel turns lovely, so that's the reason why. But this is my hippo donut, ready for the crochet donut cow that Sally is doing on her channel, which is Nanny Moon's Crochet, but of course you know her already, and for those of you that don't, then go along and support her. This is the hippo one. Every week she draws out a ball from her lovely homemade bag, and then we just crochet the item that she pulls out from the book, which I've shown you every week so far, but I'll show you again, and that is this one. And so hopefully later on she will pull another one out, and then we'll see what we have again to do for this following week coming. For the donut, I have used Starcraft Special DK in a normal donut colour, because I choose to do my bases in just normal donut flavours, and this one is caramel colour, and I think it was camel, I want to say, for the colourway, and then for the grey it was just a grey, but I know it's Stylecraft. I just haven't got the ball band because I don't, it didn't have one, but you kind of, when you've been using it for a long time, you kind of get to know what Stylecraft just by the way it's woven, and like I say, I don't have the specific shade, but it is grey. And then I just crocheted the embroidered the eyes on, and I used the tutorial from Cassandra at Craft craftably ever after. I didn't need to follow the tutorial because I already know what it's like now because I've done it lots of times, but she has invented it and is on her channel. Okay, so, oh, and I used the 4mm hook for that one. And now I have got the 3D squares to show you, and oh my goodness is all I have to say about it. It has been a real week. What we thought was going to be really quite lovely, and there we were saying that we were looking forward to redoing the flowers and things again because we hadn't done flowers for quite some time. Oh, I've just dropped it, thank you. It is just one of those things, and Sally did her squares before me because of having to, because of obviously I am working 10 hours a day at the moment, and so I've been so shattered at the end of the evening that I haven't been able to do very much at all, so I have been just crocheting like mad this weekend to try and catch up. And she said that she had an awful trouble, but she will explain more on her episode later on when she uploads hers, so go along and find out. But because she told me that she had trouble, she told me not to follow the pattern as it said, because it just wasn't working, but just to do a chain of 6 and then do the 2 trebles in the middle and then another chain of 6, because it worked out a lot better than having to do double, treble, 2 together. And I actually found that really helpful because of the fact it was plain sailing for me because she'd already pre-warned me. I did struggle a bit with the lace bits around the edges, just because it really didn't, it just didn't look right, and I still don't think this one has got all of the stitches that it should, but I've winged it just to get it done really. It was really awkward, but it is very pretty as well, so I'm glad I persevered. And I did thank her for her help and her knowledge, because she'd already kind of said to me about it, saying, you know, I think you're not going to like it and this, that, the other. So we talked it through and everything, and then we did a video call, and I did it whilst I was on a video call with her. So that is the lace flower. And in fact, I'm going to show you in the book. Let me just see. There it is, just gone past it. Ooh. And there it is in the book. And there is mine. Oh, hang on. It's not working very well, is it? So it does look very similar, and I'm very pleased about that. You know, because even though we didn't follow it exactly right, it's still 3D and it still looks very similar. It's just the fact that it isn't very square. I've had it on my blocking board all weekend, and it's just, it is what it is. I've done it, and that's all there is really. One of those things. But yeah, we will see. And then comes the rainbow square, which I'll show in the book before I show you mine. There he is. Okay, now Are rainbows straight? Are rainbows ever just like that? No. But I am very pleased that I managed to do it. I'm very pleased that, well, the pattern gave too many stitches. There was just too many stitches in the round, so whoever it was that designed it didn't do very well. But although mine is wonky, here is my square. Now, I love it like this. Now, what I didn't even follow the book instructions. I did it just literally for the first little bit until I started to have to change the colours. And then when I started changing the colours, I just left the book because I already knew from Sally that there was just too many stitches. So she said, just be wary of that. And I said, well, all I'm going to do is a square, a rainbow, and then I'm going to stitch it on just like an applique. But then I thought, no, come on, give it a go, because at the end of the day, there's got to be a reason why. And so I started doing each colour, and I didn't do this round here. I just literally had the round piece and then did the colours, which then meant that it was a bit offset. Which I suppose I could have gone like that really and then did it, but it was because of this that meant it was offset, but I'll get to that in a minute. And then, so what I did then was when I'd done all of the colours, I just turned it over and then did the grey exactly the same, but of course the two weren't joined, so you won't be able to see this because I have put the clouds over the top. But if I turn it over, what I've done is I just literally picked up and joined the coloured bits to the grey bits, and then to sort it out, to square it off, I just did my own thing. I just kind of squared it off as I know how, which isn't exactly, I mean, it's not really square, but then it's fine. But because I did my own, it just meant that the rainbow was a bit offset. But of course, rainbows are never just, they're always on the slant, aren't they, if you look in the sky. So I was quite happy with that. And then of course I just did the clouds, which were absolutely perfect. The clouds were exactly how the pattern said, and then I attached them and just did it as I knew how. So for that, it was one of those things where it was just really quite weird, but never mind. We do persevere and we do get it done as best as we can, and every week is a learning curve, and it means that 1, we won't be doing them again. 2, we've learnt different stitches with this one, and I've learnt to just wing it with both of them. But we've got there in the end. Right, that brings me to the next selection. So I've changed my jar because it was I finished, this was a jar of peanut butter. I love peanut butter, but I put it in the dishwasher and the label stayed stuck fast, and it's a really lovely one. But I thought I need something to show you that I've still got them in there, because the other container you couldn't really see. And because we're going down and down with them now, because we've done so many, I thought this would be an ideal size for the ones that we got left. But the sides now are really sticky because I took the label off thinking it would be fine. But it's still really sticky, and I'm just hoping that it will lose its stick soon. So give them a little shake up and let's draw some more. Okay, and this week we have the cookie on page 13. Let's have a look at that one before we draw any more. The cookie on page 13. Oh, straight there, look. Oh, hang on. That is the cookie on page 13. Hopefully that one will be plain sailing. And then oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then the dog on page 44. The dog. So I have got the cookie and the dog. Now the dog on page 44. There he is. What a cutie. And whilst I think of it, I have got some photos to show you actually, but I have to get my tablet, so just hold on there just one moment. Hello, back again. Sorry about that, I just had to find it. And this square was from last week, and this lady had actually contacted Sally because she couldn't find my email address, and so she forwarded them to her, and then Sally forwarded them to me. And this is her, the lady is called Carmen Bryans. I'm sorry if I have butchered your surname, but she has had a go at the dahlia. That's her dahlia there, which is really, really lovely. I really love the colours, and I love the fact that it actually worked for this lady. It didn't really work out for me, but it's just really, really nice that I've actually got people joining in now. And her other square was the granny flower, because that was the other one from last week. And again, beautiful, beautiful work, beautiful colours, and I'm so very pleased that someone is actually joining in on the cow that's not just Sally and I. So thank you very much, Carmen. That was really, really lovely of you to send that across, and I will put the my email address down in the description box below. But if anyone wants to send me an email with any more pictures, or even of anything that you have been doing, my email is nat.stitches15@outlook.com. And the other one that I have to show you, which I kept forgetting, but now that I've got it in my hand, I can just show you. This one was from Hanny Paulson, and she sent me, this was one of the patterns that she'd done from my Free Pattern Friday, which I do obviously Free Pattern Friday on a Friday, and she sent me a picture of the pattern that she'd done from when I showed the cupcakes, and so she's made those two out of the Free Pattern Friday. So I'm really pleased that people are joining in and actually making use of the Free Pattern Friday ones and showing me what they make, because it really, really is so lovely to see all of your makes. So I'm really pleased about that. So thank you, Hanny. I'm really, really pleased. And the pattern was the Harvey cupcake for that. And it was the hobby pattern. She used acrylic yarn, which in pastel colours, from the Spotlight, for the cupcake, and red glitter yarn for the strawberry. And she used a 3.5mm hook. And the lady comes from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So I'm really pleased that my videos are getting all around the world. Now, wouldn't actually, come to think of that, wouldn't it be lovely if everyone that was watching me put their where they're from in the description box below, just so that I can see how far and wide my videos do get, because it would be really, really lovely just to have a feel of where you all come from. I know lots of you are in Australia, and I've got some followers in the United Kingdom, where we are up the country in places, but it would be really, really lovely just to see who is seeing my videos where and when. So that would be really, really kind for you to do that as well. So I think that is all for this week. I don't think I've got anything else to say really. Let me just jot that down. Cookie and dog, 44 and number 13. So I've been talking enough for this week. Now this week ahead, I do have some news, and it is very exciting actually, and we have had some new internet, and it's super fast. We went with Virgin, and we are so pleased, because I had an upload speed of just 4, and it would take about 3.5 hours for my free pattern Friday video to be uploaded, and something like this that was only half an hour or 45 minutes would still take about 2.5. And now we have upload speeds of over 100, so of course that's literally going to probably even take 5 minutes to do. So I'm so pleased, but because of my schedule at work, I still need to do it the night before for the early morning. But it means if I'm just going to do an off-the-cuff video, then it won't take very long anymore, and I won't need to worry about who else is using the internet, and it would be so brilliant. So I'm really chuffed about that. And that was my news really. I didn't really think about that. It popped into my head. I was meant to tell you at the beginning of the video, but at least I've managed to let you know. So now I'm really chuffed, and it means that I'll be able to bring more videos to you without having to worry about how long it takes and whether I'm stealing the internet from my other people in the family. Okay, so it's time to go. Like and subscribe and comment below, like I say, because I really love your comments. If you want to send me anything, then please do. And I am going to see you on Wednesday for Waking Up the Whips. So take care everyone, have a lovely crafty time when you get time, and I will see you soon. Love to you all, bye.